things. Spicy questions, spicy wings.
Hi, I'm your host, Ian Lovell, for this month's Spicy Things. I'm here with
Mr. Garcia, math teacher.
Oh yeah. Alright, so how's it gonna go down? I'm gonna ask you a question. You can take a bite of the wing and try to handle the heat. Are you ready?
I will try, yes.
Alright. So our first first question. You have been in New Braunfels for the majority of your life. What is something about New Braunfels that you think separates it from the rest of Texas?
Definitely the water. Slitterbond, the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, the street that I lived on, it ended into the Guadalupe River, and it was not developed at the time. So I spent a lot of time on the river, on the water's edge, just, having a good time with the neighborhood kids.
Of course. Do you still go there with your family?
Not so much, because now it's developed, so it's not easily accessible. So I don't go to the river as much.
Okay. There's a tradition at San Marcos, Texas State, where you jump into the water after graduation. How did that go?
So when I went to Texas State, I don't remember that being like a prevalent thing. I might have missed out on the memo on that. I'm not quite sure. So, but since then, I have witnessed many people jump into the river thereafter. So I regret not being a part of that tradition. Although I don't know if that was a tradition back when I had graduated.
All right. For our next question, as a sponsor for Blue Crew, our school spirit team here, what would you say is your favorite game day activity or dress-up team?
So game day activity, definitely them just running across the field and witnessing the flags being run across and then the bath being waved in the middle of the field. It's something that unique for our school. Not many schools spell out their mascot in entirety in conjunction with the bath. And so the inspiration for I'm calling it the bath. And I realize that maybe not all people recognize what that stands for, so I'm not going to say what that stands for, but maybe y'all can fill in the blanks on that. A former Blue Crew member did name it the BAF, so it's the big blank flag. And so it's pretty impressive, but it's modeled after the UT flag, the big one with the horns.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Corpy had actually suggested that idea, and so I followed through on it. And so that's the game day experience that I like, that Blue Crew experiences. But as far as themes go, I really like when it's just kept to I don't know which one. I mean, I'm not really particular, how can you say, associated with a particular one, but I would probably say Pink Out just because of the sentimental value that it has to me.
That's cool. Yeah. All right. And so for this week, I've actually brought a little present for you. So, 1994, let's bring it all the way back. You were a freshman at the Braunfels High School.
Was there really a freshman here?
Yes.
That's insane.
Right there.
I don't. I remember the picture, but I don't remember the experience. I looked like a freshman.
Yeah. And you're involved in a lot of them.
Oh yeah, right? Completely, yes.
And one of them was even the manager for the JV football team.
Oh yeah, I remember that, having that experience back in the day. Yeah, look, there I am, right there. Awesome.
How was that? How was that like for you?
That was a fun experience. I really considered becoming an athletic trainer.
Really?
The athletic trainer at the time, he sent me to summer camp at Texas State University. Back then, Southwest Texas State University. So that really heightened my experience or wanting to be involved in that. And then also, he sent me to weekend camps too that were so at Texas State, it was a summer camp, so I spent the night there. We just went to the football field, engaged with a lot of sports, sports management there, trainers. It was a neat experience. It was probably one of my first exposures to being on a university. And then he also sent me to other camps on the weekend. So it's a really good, positive experience that I had. I really enjoyed it. And so I've always been on the sidelines, Blue Crew, athletic trainer. So cool. I really enjoy football too, just being a spectator.
That's really cool. Okay. Well, on to the next one.
Alrighty.
This is also our social media segment. So we went back to the good old Facebook. We found a picture. Can you explain this photo?
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's Ewok. That's my twin right there.
Yeah.
And so my first year of doing Blue Crew, one of the Blue Crew, they have their nicknames on the back of their T-shirt. And so this one particular Blue Crew member, my first year of doing it, being the sponsor, said, "Hey, you need to have a nickname." And if you look at my, that got me a little bit.
Yeah.
And one particular Blue Crew member said, "You need a nickname." He looked at my iPad. My screensaver was an Ewok, is an Ewok still to this day. And he gave me the name Ewok. So that's where it comes from. So ever since then, kids recognize that. And one year, this young lady let me borrow that. And I was en route to go get my yearbook picture. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take this seriously at all because I don't really often take myself seriously. So I just thought it would be a funny thing to include that as my teacher yearbook picture.
Oh yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, there's no way.
Yeah. So
that's seriously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was pretty bad.
I felt that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm scared of the last one.
Yes.
I thought you were going to bring up something else, but I'm glad that wasn't brought up. Not that it was bad.
All right. So final wing. Are you ready?
Yeah, the last one subsided, so I'm ready for this one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Gonna do a little cheers.
Okay. Okay, there's like a strategy in that, like bringing air in. Maybe it'll like, I don't know, bring down the intensity of heat.
Yeah.
I'm handling this so far.
Well,
You're not though.
no, I'm not.
This is like candy. I like it more.
Stop it! Stop it! Run.
I think I went down on the last one, or maybe it just hasn't hit me. Okay,
It's hit me, all right.
your nose is even turning red.
So, you have been quoted as saying
Oh no.
that one of the best parts of teaching is the friendships you've made.
Oh yeah.
Who would you say is the person that you are most grateful that you've met in your teaching experience?
Oh, that's such a hard question to ask. I can't just put one person on that. Who am I most grateful for interacting with? That is such a hard question. There's really not just one person. And so I'm going to have to embody the spirit of New Braunfels on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to say I've been most grateful to become acquainted with Buford. Buford, I'm very glad to have, become close to Buford over the years.
Yeah, that's nice.
More.
No, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we always have that statues that you run across the floor?
The paper mache? No, it hasn't always. It's been in existence for a long time. Like, don't quote me how long. Miss Dowd would know, but it has been. It has been a long-standing tradition. I know. Recently, I think he had just a 50th birthday.
Really?
So at least 50 years for sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Is there anything else you want to say to our unicorns watching, right?
No, just that unicorn pride is justified.
Woo! Woo! Thank you, unicorns, for watching another edition of Spicy Things. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
No, I did. I reacted.
You did it like a champ.
I'm sweating
Even
a
Mr.
little bit
Hughes
right
by
now.
the end was losing his cool a little bit.
No, there was a time during COVID that like someone would post an embarrassing picture of themselves doing something, and I thought you were going to refer to that. I thought you had found that one. And so if you commented on someone's embarrassing picture, then you were supposed to post your own embarrassing picture. So I commented on a former Blue Crew member's, and he was like, and then he DM'd me and said, Mr. Garcia, and he explained that to me. So I went into my front yard, and I just French kissed one of my trees in the front yard. So I'm French kiss. So, I mean, I thought y'all were gonna bring that one up.